right? So we got grip, that's critical to hitting. Sight reference, that's critical to hitting. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is trigger control, and this is absolutely critical to hitting. Trigger control is the relationship of your finger to the trigger and not influencing the gun. So if I put my finger, again, clear and safe gun, if I put my finger inside the trigger and I pull the trigger and I yaw it off to one side too much, squeezing that thing too much, that is influencing the gun, right? So as you start to shoot and you start noticing, man, my rounds are going this way, or they're going this way, it might be because you are doing too much work with the trigger. You're putting too much in there. You're slapping it. If you slap that trigger where you're coming down hard on it and jumping off, coming down hard on it, jumping off, that can influence the gun. So what we're trying to do is make that gun go off without influencing this from whatever you're firing at. So that's trigger control. Breathing is our sixth of the 7 fundamentals, and breathing, you might think, well, man, what's breathing got to do with it? A gunfight's over before I can really get some breathing going on anyway. You're not going to think about it. But it does matter in some circumstances. I want you to think for a second about, let's say you've exerted yourself, right? You just ran 50 yards across the mall because your kid is in a store and there's a shooter in the mall and you're trying to get there. You get there, you got your kid, but then there's the guy and you got to take a shot and it's maybe 15, 20 yards down. You're breathing heavy, right? You're sitting there going, your gun's all over the place because your chest is rising, your heart's thumping, and you can't catch your breath. This is where breathing might come into play. And again, a nice graphic for it. So this is kind of the graph of our breath cycle. We've got inhale, right? As I inhale, the gun rises. As I exhale, the gun goes down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then you'll see here, NRP is short for natural respiratory pause, right? So as I come down and I exhale, hold right there, shot. So I'm breathing in, exhaling, hold it, shot. That gives you a stable platform manipulating your breath in the event that you're out of breath and you can't catch your breath, you can't settle down. So breathing is important when it comes to that. Breathing is also important for doing distance shots.
Jesus. It's not fair.
Right, if you're on a rifle, you want to control your breathing, and you use the same technique, right? So that's breathing. That's also not a critical item when it comes to actually being able to hit. And then the last of our 7 fundamentals is follow-through. And follow-through is nothing more than I shot, boom, gun recoiled. I want to settle back down, get my sights back on target again, and be ready to take a second shot. I'm following through the shot. So the shot goes off, I settle back down, I get my sight picture back, and I'm ready to take the shot if I have a second one, right? So if we do a one-shot drill, you should have 2 sight pictures. Your first one, and then your follow-through coming back to it again. You just ask yourself, did I hit it? And answer the question, yes, I did. Then you put your gun away. Or if you missed it, make it up. We get in the habit here of making up shots we miss so you don't get a training scar of shot and putting your gun away too soon. You do that, and the bad guy's up there, and you put your gun away, and he's shooting you now. So we want to make sure we follow through and get that confirmed that you've done what you wanted to do, and then you can put your gun away. So we said that there are 3 things really that are fundamental. 3 things, and that is the grip, the trigger control, and the sights. Those 3 things are what are key to being able to hit. So if I have a proper grip and I manage my trigger and I'm managing my sights correctly, I'll get a hit. Those are the 3 things that actually count. Stance doesn't matter. You can ride a unicycle and have a balloon on your head. If you do those 3 things right, you should still be able to hit. Breathing, you can hold your breath and fire. It doesn't matter. You can get to it with that. And follow through is just something you need to do. Those are the 3 things. And out of those 3, we can even lose 1 of those 3 and still get a hit. And that is the grip. Because as you come out of the holster, or you've grabbed the gun off the nightstand, you might not get the best grip. You might have some jacked up grip, and it's not the perfect grip that you wish you had. but you can still get hits, and we'll demo that for you now. Okay, so we're going to demo what it looks like to have a jacked up grip. I want to tell you ahead of time, don't try this at home. This is not a suggested way to hold a pistol. This is not the way you ever need to shoot a pistol. This is just demonstrating how you don't have to have a perfect grip. You can just have your sight lined up and your trigger operating properly, and you should be able to get a hit. All right, so we're going to take it, press check. We're going to turn it upside down. As long as we have the sights lined up, we pull the trigger back, we should be able to get a good, nice, tight hit. And, I mean, that's pretty decent right dead smack in the middle.